Hi there, my name is Mr. Johns and welcome to Dance and Drama Matters. Today's question is, can my body shapes have a meaning? Do you already know the answer to this? If you're listening well, you probably should. Okay, we have learnt so much together already. You are all superstars and give yourselves a pat on the back because you're all amazing. What we've learnt about so far has been locomotor movements, non-locomotor movements, and we've even learnt about the different shapes we can make with our body. The different categories that we talked about when making different shapes were either straight line shapes, curved line shapes where we're creating a curve, open shapes with our arms out, or closed shapes with our hands really close to our body. Today we're going to use all of those 4 different types of shapes to create a dance that has a meaning, and we're going to communicate our idea through our dance. It's basically like using dance to tell a story, which is pretty cool. We are using our bodies, not our words, to tell a story. That means our learning intention today is we will use our bodies to make shapes that hold a meaning. For our warm-up today, we're going to make lots of different shapes with our body. I'm going to call out a noun and you have to listen to that noun and make that shape with your body. So for example, if I say the word machine, you would then move your body into a shape that represents a machine. It could look something like this. Or if I was to say the word wave, you could move your body into a shape that could represent an ocean's wave. And that could look something like this. Now I'm going to say a bunch of nouns and you need to move your body in a shape that represents those nouns. The first one is toaster. The second one is computer. The third one is truck. The fourth one is stop sign. The fifth one is building. The sixth one is leaf. The seventh one is moon. The eighth one is river. The ninth one is cloud. And the 10th one is flower. Did you notice that all the nouns that were green were actually really good to use straight line shapes for? And all the nouns that were blue were really good to use curved line shapes for. So you're curving your body with the blue ones. Or maybe you weren't, but they were probably easier to do curved line shapes with. So we're going to do this activity again, but instead of nouns, I'm going to say emotions. If I said proud, you could show that in your body like this. And if I said embarrassed, you could show it in your body like this. Now it's your turn. Here are some emotions to make shapes with your body. The first one is joy. The second one is happiness. The third one is hope. The fourth one is love. The fifth one is fear. The sixth one is sadness. The seventh one is anger. And the eighth one is shy. Did you notice with the emotions that were red, it was easier to make open shapes with our chest really high and proud? And with the orange coloured emotions, it was easier to make closed shapes with our arms close to our bodies. As I was saying last lesson, the shapes your body makes holds meaning. It's pretty cool. However your body is, then it's communicating meaning to other people. Have you ever heard of the word body language? That's what we're talking about here. If you have really sad body language, that's communicating and saying something to someone without them even really knowing that you're doing that. Or if you're showing really good body language, that's saying something different to someone else, and they're able to pick up on that and read little subtle clues about how you might be feeling just based on how your body is. So it's really important when we're dancing, and in dance we move our bodies, that we're thinking about how we position our bodies and the meaning that we're portraying by moving our body and putting it into certain shapes. We can use these meanings to tell stories in our dance. Straight shapes are not natural for our body. It's not natural that we put ourselves into these positions, so they represent things that are not natural. So things like structures and buildings and machines and signs, things that are not natural in our world. Curved line shapes are organic, so they represent things that are natural. So when you're making a curved line shape, you would probably use that to represent things like waves and mountains and flowers and things that we naturally find in our earth. Open shapes are when we're holding our chest really high and proud, and our arms are usually out and extended away from our body. So they represent things like feeling free or really proud and confident and happiness. And closed shapes are when our arms and our legs are closer to our body. So they represent things like shyness, like we're feeling a little bit anxious and nervous, and they normally represent more negative emotions. Closed shapes are really good at showing that you're being held back and that you're not wanting to communicate something from someone and you're keeping something to yourself. So your task today is to create shapes with your body that communicate and tell someone else an idea that you've come up with. So our success criteria for today is I can create different shapes with my body to communicate an idea. So to do this, we need to think of an idea to make a dance about. What can we make a dance about? Porridge? No. So think about an activity that you've done today. What was it? And how did you feel about it? So for example, today I did a lot of work and I sat on my laptop. And how did I feel about it? I felt pretty tired and pretty frustrated. My activity is working on my laptop and my emotion is tired and frustrated. So when I think about my laptop, that's a computer and that's not found in nature, that's a machine. So if I'm going to represent my laptop, I'm going to use really straight lines instead of curved lines. And when I think about my emotions, tired and frustrated, they don't make me feel really confident and free or proud. They make me feel held back. So instead of using open shapes, I'm going to deliberately use some closed shapes. So now I'm going to create some shapes using straight lines and closed so that I can communicate the idea of working at my laptop all day and feeling really tired and frustrated. Here's what that looks like. Now you need to go and create your shapes. You could just create one, or you could create lots of different ones. So you need to think of an activity, and you need to think about how that activity also makes you feel. Great job! So now it's time for us to perform our dance. So you need to find someone to perform it to, and it's a really good idea when you're performing it that you film it, because then you can watch it back later and you can see how you went. So now it's time for us to reflect on our learning. How well do you feel that your body shapes communicated your meaning or idea? How did you do that? And why was it effective? That's it today. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'll see you next week. Bye!